trade it while it's staked.
I understand, but yet you're giving them the ability to leverage over your money.
They can do whatever they want with it, but then whenever I want it out, I have to unstake it, and then I can sell those shares back to and then I can get, my money back off of it.
So then they wouldn't have that leverage on it anymore.
Correct.
Okay. So then they're not the ones that determine whether or not they have leverage. You determine that.
Exactly. 100%.
Okay. But you're the one that determines that they get leverage.
Yeah, when it's staked. Yeah. And when you stake it, you don't have to have it staked in perpetuity.
But then what there'd have to be some replacement leverage that they would have in case you pulled out in order to be able to whatever. This is still stupid, right? Why would you vote for Donald Trump, a held civilly liable sexual abuser, because you want a little bit more money in crypto? Like, it's actually dumb fucking shit. Like, I honestly I hate people who have this opinion. Like, I actually do. I'm gonna be totally real with you, Chris. I appreciate the description. I hate this opinion. Sorry, not hate people. I hate this opinion. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. So I mean that's not the only reason. I mean there's others. I was just who he's appointing to run the SEC. That they're for it, and the current people aren't for it, and so that's that's one of the reasons. But
okay, let's say you make a little bit more money in crypto. Okay, why does that is that really what you're leveraging is like more valuable to you than someone being held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, sexualizing children by saying you date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, you walks into changing rooms of naked teenage girls in Miss Teen USA to inspect the contestants within his pageants who are teenagers?
yeah, I'm not sure how much truth there is to that. I mean,
he bragged about it on the Howard Stern show. You can hear him bragging about it. Do you want to hear him bragging about it? You should have already heard this before. I don't know why you haven't. Violet, thank you so much for the description. Thank you so much, Violet. Hello?
Why
They're
was it?
okay. They're cutting out.
He's cutting out pretty heavily.
Yeah,
I have
we
no
go to the
idea
next
about
person.
like this fucking crypto stuff.
It's like I don't like the crypto bros who are like, oh, I'm willing to vote away women's rights because I'll make a little bit more money in crypto. It's actually insane.
It's over my head.
It's like essentially the same thing as people saying, oh, I'm gonna get taxed at a little bit on the income I make over $400,000 a year. So like I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump because I'll make a little bit more money on my income over 400,000. Like that's insane. Chris, thank you so much for the description. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Well, first off, Lil, you lost. Just to clarify, you lost. You lost the baddest and worst you could ever lose. Get it, you're done. Your job is done. You're finished. You got to go ahead and work like regular people because you're done, Mister whatever your name is. Frankly, your little boyfriend Dean, he's more important than you ever will be, and he's gone too. So you're better off just going ahead and getting yourself a 9 to 5 instead of continuing this nonsensical stuff. Go ahead and be a real man with your real little. I don't know if you with your boyfriend, you could be together forever. How you want to do it, but you're done, Mister Parker. You're done. And then one more thing. I don't know who that man right there is, but Mr. Matt, you look like J.D. Vance, just to say that. You kind of do. But you shouldn't be on her either.
That's crazy.
The facts are that.
Frederick, I have a question. So what makes you think I'm cooked?
Well, I didn't say that. I said you're done. I don't know what type of lingo or nonsense you're trying to push on me, but you're done.
Sure. Like TikTok, if TikTok goes away, yeah, I'm cooked, dude. I'm totally done for.
Well, yeah, because TikTok's a Chinese puppet app, and then when TikTok's gone, then you're gone.
Yep. Don't have any presence anywhere else.
Frederick,
what are you gonna do?
Frederick,
what are you gonna do when TikTok gone? What are you gonna do?
I'll tell you, Frederick, this is a great time. Thank you for allowing me to market myself. I really appreciate that, Frederick. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's going to bring more people over to other social medias. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now,
well, you know what?
Can I
God almighty.
So specifically YouTube, you can look up Parker Get a Job, right? And you can see me if, something happens to TikTok. I'll be on YouTube doing streams, push that mustache, and making videos and stuff like that. So that's where I will be, right? And I'll also be on Insta. Parker get a job. And Harry,
number
Parker,
one,
and
you're trying to be, you're on this China app, you're trying to be like Mr. Kirkquist. He's doing great for himself. He comes on here every now and then and say that to get it from China. Why
I
are
have a
you on
question,
an app
Frederick.
for China?
Frederick, what do you mean an app for China? What does that even mean? You're on the app as well. I just want to let you know that.
Well, I'm only on the app because my daughter's on it. I want my daughter getting to
Well,
nothing.
you're not only just on the app because of your daughter. You're having a conversation with me on the app right now, so you're clearly on the app for some other reasons.
Well, every now and then I just come on here to see your bullshit, your boyfriend's nonsense, and I giggle. I know I was gonna be let up here, to be frank with you, but you know the facts are that this is not a good way to continue. What is your game plan when? Because you ain't done shit except for debate and talk about politics and whatnot. What are you gonna do now that
Politics.
Trump is
Politics.
beating your little girl, Kamala Harris? What are you gonna do now?
Kamala. So yeah. So again, when it comes to this, we're gonna try to educate people over the next 4 years, because the only reason they voted for Donald Trump is because they thought inflation was bad, but then they voted for the candidate that's going to cause more inflation because of tariffs. Ironic.
Hold on, let's stop, because I ain't vote for Trump, but just because the economy was dog shit.
I'm saying a lot of people did, right?
Well, those people were right as well. You know, there's not just one reason why that dude Brandon, he did terrible. Why Kamala should have just went back to India or whatever.
Frederick, I have a question. Are you like very familiar with your cousin?
Well, that's just why?
No, I was just asking the question.
Can you
Are
say
you
for
very
me?
familiar with your little boyfriend Dane? Are you familiar with him like that?
So again, like Dean and I are just friends. We both have girlfriends.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
trying to
all
say that to be like homophobic.
LGBTQ say.
You're trying to say that to be like homophobic. But if we want to talk about people that like we're with, well, we can talk about how you've been with like your cousin, or was it your sister? Which one was it?
Well, no, I got a wife for 18 years, probably older than you.
Is she a cousin or a sister? Is she a cousin or a sister?
No,
is she related to you?
Woman is something you never want to see.
Is she related to you?
That's one thing you trying to be
is she
right
related
now,
to you?
woman.
By any means, is she related to you?
Not related to me at all. But your little boyfriend,
Really?
Dean, might have a couple of screws loose in his brain. You may have some unique form of Down syndrome by hiding stuff for a couple of years.
Okay. No, we're just gonna kick them. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Joanna, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Joanna. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Chat, that was definitely not Dean. That was definitely not Dean. I'm just letting y'all know. It was definitely. I promise you, that was not Dean. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 19.
Did you vote Trump?
I did, yes, sir.
And why'd you do that?
So, I know you mentioned before a lot of people did vote for Trump because of inflation prices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that was one of the main reasons I did vote for him, meaning I understand you mentioned the tariffs as well. We as a country should be self-sufficient for ourselves, meaning not relying on other countries to be able to provide goods and services for us.
So then you agree with gas prices going up under the Biden-Harris administration, right? Because we decreased imports and the price went up and we had a higher level of domestic production. So actually the same thing that you're referencing is going to happen through the context of tariffs happen under the Biden-Harris administration, specifically for gas prices. And Trump supporters complained about it and they blamed the Biden-Harris administration. But Trump's going to do the exact same thing. Tariffs being implemented will reduce imports from other countries around the world, like what we import into the United States, right? Which will specifically cause prices to go up in the United States.
So even with certain things, yes, the price will go up on, but Trump has talked about drilling off of the coasts and doing stuff like that to be able to bring prices down and for our country to be more self-sufficient than relying on other countries.
How is drilling? We already produce more than any country ever.
I'm also wondering, how long does it take to, one, buy the lease and then be able to set up all the equipment, be able to get the oil out, refine it, and then be able to ship that all across the United States? Seems like it would take a long time, right?
So yes, it might not be an instant thing, but going down the line, this will be more significant for our country to be able to have more things produced
So why don't we
inside the
invest in
country.
renewable energy?
90% of stuff that we get at this point in time comes from other countries.
So do you agree with investing in renewable energy?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. So if you agree with investing in renewable energy, do you agree with the Inflation Reduction Act? Matt, think of the $2. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
So even with that investing in renewable energy, there is no way that us as a country will be ready for stuff such as electric vehicles within the next however many years. We still are relying on gas vehicles. We still are relying on bigger machines where the electrification is not ready for that yet.
By the way, if this guest follows minors and you say Matt follows minors, it's not me. It's the other Matthew. It's the bad Matthew. Just saying.
Okay, I'm just gonna kick them. So let's go on to the
'Cause
next
I-
person. Maybe they are a minor themselves, and they are just like lying
Maybe.
about their age. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Evil Matt.
Yeah, bad Matt, evil Matt.
Evil Matt. All right, let's get this next person up here.
Thank you for the crown. Thank you so much. A lot of Matthews giving us a bad name today. Jeffrey, are you there? Are you there, bruh?
Push the level up.
Okay, I'm inviting this one person. I don't know.
Are they insane?
No, I can't. Damn it. Yeah, but oh well.
If you see anyone insane, always feel free to invite them at any point in time.
I will.
Feel free. Feel free. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Stefan.
Ryan, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm 27.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah.
And are you driving?
Yes.
Okay, well, you have to come on when you're not driving. Love to have a conversation with you, but you are driving. Everyone, do tap that screen. Do share the live. Everyone, it will help get out to more people. Yo, what's up, Caleb? Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why so?
Because I felt like the economy would be better. But now to be honest with you, I did vote Trump, but now I'm like
You
thinking,
regretting it?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Appreciate you being open. Have a great day, man. Carolyn, thank you so much for pushing the hand to heart. We are just looking for people who currently do disagree, but I do appreciate the fact that you changed your mind. That's great to hear. It's always good to hear. Carolyn, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the hand heart. Yo, what's up,
I
Aldi?
love eating ice cream sandwiches and watching your videos.
Sounds like a good night.
Liam, you're a weirdo.
That was great.
Did
Hello?
you vote Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
I think that the government needs to be centralized, so I'm all for his rhetoric and I guess some of his policies as well.
The government needs to be central. Okay, so are you for what his new rhetoric is, saying that like he's unsure about whether or not he'll use the military to take Greenland and Panama?
Yeah, I like that.
Also, TikTok,
do?
I don't think you know exactly what the word centralized means.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but at least for my idea of it,
Yeah.
What's your
usually
idea
when
of
you say-
centralization?
Yeah.
giving more power to a specific branch in the government.
Oh, okay. So you want to give more power to the government? That's why you support Trump.
Taylor, thank you for the $1. Thanks so much, Taylor. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's correct.
Do you think that Kamala Harris supports like Marxist policies or anything? Like that, socialism?
Marxist adjacent, maybe.
Thanks so much.
Can you
What is
define
Marxist
can you
adjacent?
define socialism?
Workers controlling the means of production.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Wait,
So,
also, do you believe in the idea of co-equal branches of government?
Co-equal?
Yeah.
Could you give me more details?
Do you not know what the word co-equal means?
I do, but each branch, sir.
Each branch is
hold up,
is
TikToker. One question, one
Sure,
thing,
go
real
ahead.
quick. Liam said in the comment section, "Do you think I'm weird for helping people with the fires?" No, I think you're weird for saying that someone who's black is subservient to someone who's white. So that's that's like
ew, that's gross.
that's like what I think you're weird for. I think you're weird for asking Dan if he was a U.S. citizen when you first saw him because he's not white. Like that's what you're weird for, Liam. And also you're weird for like literally doing a live, calling me a beta male, right, and putting a picture of me on the back with my friends. Like that's pretty weird. Like every day. That's like pretty weird. I can keep going. That's not the only time. Okay, now go ahead, TikToker, go for it. Can you name
So
a policy that you
oh,
like of Donald Trump's economically speaking that you think is good?
Sorry, Matt asked me a question about co-equals, and I didn't quite catch your last question, Parker.
Can you name me an economic policy that Trump influenced to get passed that you like?
I think that tax cuts are probably going to be a pretty good thing for the economy.
Okay, well, do you know Kamala Harris was also advocating for tax cuts? So, what type of tax cuts? Would you prefer tax cuts for low and middle income individuals, or would you prefer tax cuts for predominantly wealthy individuals?
I think probably at this time, probably predominantly wealthy individuals. I think we need to get our industry kickstarted, and I think that'll probably flow
so
through.
you're saying that that all the companies that have made record amounts of profits, that the companies that are doing just fine, that they need more tax breaks.
Yeah, yeah. I think we need to increase manufacturing. I think we need to increase advanced manufacturing, and I think when you implement these tax cuts, you get things like
Did
space.
you like the Chips and Science Act?
I did like the Chips and Science Act, but I still think that tax cuts, especially on the corporate.
Can you give me any good evidence that like the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in particular actually stimulated that? Because you said SpaceX in particular. I can show you actually the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act only added $10 billion to the annual GDP, right?
Isn't it
According to a
also
liberal and
funny?
conservative economist from Harvard.
Isn't it also funny how the one man advocating for tax cuts also, with like SpaceX being like Elon Musk, how he is like saying we need to cut all these things, but yet his companies are some of the biggest benefactors of government money.
Yeah, and, I'm
My
not.
guess is that he doesn't want that cut, right? Don't
Yeah,
cut that because I need that money, right? But let's cut all the other shit, like food assistance and poverty help and all that other stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. I think we need to continue to try to centralize some of these resources on some of these major companies until we get through some of these big, I guess, geopolitical upheavals that we're seeing in Europe and the Middle East, especially.
And how giving more money to Elania Trump, how will that make things better?
I think that'll probably increase resource production. Um, I think that's going to open up more jobs for some of our more, I guess, advanced degrees.
Can you
Because
give me any evidence the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act majorly increased production?
um, like right now, I can't. I mean, I can't leave the live and
I
continue
can
to
give you
talk.
time. I'll go add someone else up and I'll give you time to go look it up because I promise you, you won't be able to find shit.
Well, maybe I guess I think when he enacted those tax cuts, I think we did see a pretty big boom in manufacturing, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, how does tax cuts boom the manufacturing sector? Because the main problem with the manufacturing sector is that they are outsourcing jobs and they're closing down factories. So how does giving them more profit money make them do that? Because it's just going to make them invest more in the overseas businesses that they already have,
It's more money.
going forward.
It's more money that they can reinvest in themselves.
And they use that money for who? Shareholders, and to invest in overseas factories, not in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
people here within the United States,
sure.
right?
I mean, I'm sure some of that um, goes to shareholders and their
Some of
fiduciary
that,
duty,
like I
but
can only
I
name
think
like a few companies that I know off the top of my head that actually gave any of the money from the TCGA back to their employers. Like most of the companies did not do that. It just fed right back into the shareholders. I don't know how that improves the lives of everyday Americans.
sure, maybe maybe some of it did go back to shareholders. I'm sure some of it did go back to employees and creating jobs. Like I said, they're reinvesting it into themselves, so that they can build some more of these advanced products, more factories, etc.
I want to hear like a source.
I want evidence of that.
Yeah,
by
like
the way.
evidence.
Yeah, I guess
I'll give you time to go look it up. I'll literally add someone else up. You can go look it up right now.
All right.
Yo, I appreciate the Happy Friday. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate it. This will just be fun. Liam, you are a weirdo. Liam, you are a weirdo. Yeah, I appreciate the head massage. Thank you. I had to just remind him,
Yeah, that's the best policy.
I had to remind him. He needed to hear it directly.
It's always good to remind people.
Yeah, always good to remind him.
Always something there to remind me.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, all right. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. You're still a weirdo. You're still a weirdo.
He cannot find like age appropriate people to like hang out with.
Dude, first the hat mustache. This is too fun, bro. This is too fun. What's up, Athena? Oh,
What's up, Athena? How you doing?
let's get this next person up here. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 32.
Did
How
you
you
vote
doing,
Trump?
Parker? How you doing, Parker?
Did you vote Trump?
I did, yes, sir.
And what-
It's old me here from full disclosure. We've debated before. I'm here in the bathtub, disabled veteran, so that's where I get my relief.
Do
You're
appreciate
in the
you.
bathtub.
Do appreciate you. I am gonna go
With
into
my
someone else
back
because Sue
condition.
hasn't been up here before, but I appreciate you coming up.
And also in the bathtub.
Yeah, I think he's just clarifying that because he does that for relief.
Oh,
and like
okay.
it is typically weird for someone to do that, so like he just clarifies that
Oh,
because he's doing
okay.
it
Well,
because he's
thank
a
you for letting me
disabled
know.
vet.
Oh,
So I
okay.
actually think it's like a legitimate reason to like be in the bathtub. He's not.
That's actually
It's not just like the typical person like in the
I
bathtub.
apologize.
You know.
Thank
No,
you.
you're fine. Don't worry.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Mira, coloca una ya al lado de la sudadera.
It's very unlikely for there to be context in which like it makes sense for someone to join the live with a bathtub, but I feel like in that circumstance, it makes sense. Super cool. Thank you so much for the $2.22. Thank you so much. If you didn't see me say thank you yet last night, I did, but it did get cut off because I got banned. Yo, what's up? How old are you? W for you, by the way.
22.
Did you vote Trump?
I did. Full disclosure though, I'm very, very in the middle of the aisle. I'd say at least. The thing was though, the reason I voted for Donald Trump was just how, for lack of better words, how like suspicious the Democratic Party was, and like leading up to the election. Okay, so you have Joe Biden who's running, and who I was favored, like who I would have voted for, absolutely. Okay, but then you have him drop out July 21st. 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks later, Kamala Harris takes it. So, and I've heard like this debate saying like, if Kamala Harris is the one to step up, like obviously she like, I've heard like with people that I've debated this with, they're like, she's the next person to step up. Okay, but like, why did she not do that immediately? Like, why did it take 3 weeks for her to accept the Democratic nomination, But that was like the main thing for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're actually serious about how she couldn't accept the nomination when they hadn't had their convention yet to accept the nomination.
Yeah.
Nominations are accepted at the convention.
Yeah, like what are you talking about, bro? She waited for the convention? No shit.
Yes, but why did we not know that like July 21st or 22nd?
Where's the star map?
Wait,
Shit.
I feel like that
because
should have been
before
announced.
the
Biden-
nomination, we knew that she was gonna be the candidate.
Joe Biden endorsed her to be the next nominee, but she gave time for people to enter the race because she didn't want to become like crowned. And Maddie,
You literally just shamed
quiet.
a disabled
Maddie,
veteran.
thank
I'm
you
not
for
talking.
Maddie.
I don't even know who
Thank
you
you
are.
for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you
What?
so much, Maddie. What do you say? I don't care.
He just said
Thank you,
something
Maddie,
stupid.
so much for the $100. Everybody in the chat, W Maddie in the chat.
Oh, I just saw that. Yo, W Maddie
Yeah,
for the
Maddie.
$100 for Happy
I
Friday.
think
Get
that's
the
Mama
W's for
Peach, by the way.
Maddie.
I think that's Mama Peach.
Thank you
but
so
if
much.
that's
I
Mama
appreciate
Peach,
it. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Maddie.
I really
so
appreciate it. Thank
W
you.
Maddie. And also, what'd you say about me?
Thank
I
you
wasn't
so
listening.
much, Maddie. I really appreciate that.
Maddie, thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you. What'd you say, Dub?
Okay, like you're yelling at me, and then you just like harassed a disabled veteran. Like what's your goal here? I'm talking to Parker.
He didn't harass
I'm
a disabled
a
veteran. What are you
co-host
talking
here.
about?
I answered your question. You asked a question, so I answered it.
Okay, great.
How did he harass him?
The guy was in the bathtub for a medical reason, and then you're just heckling.
I didn't know that. I didn't
know.
harass that guy. I didn't know. I apologized. I literally said I am sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
How is that harassment?
How is it not harassment?
What?
You're heckling
What are you
somebody
talking
for.
about? He didn't know. He didn't know.
Okay, you don't
wait, I have
know.
a question-
You
I have
don't
a
know.
question.
So what?
I have a question. Do you think it's typically like normal for someone to like be in a bathtub while on a TikTok live?
No, but he said he was a disabled veteran.
Yes.
No, Parker told me that.
Matt didn't hear that. I described
Okay.
that to Matt.
Well, okay.
But even
just
if that
like
was
you
the
did not
case,
hear him
I
say he was a
apologize.
disabled veteran, I didn't hear you apologize. So
He didn't like
feel
when you're talking about harassment, you're talking about repetitive. You're not talking about
Yeah, I said one
set of
because
scenario.
I
Okay,
didn't know,
so
and
you
once I
could-
figured out, I said I'm very sorry for that. I didn't know.
all right. We can.
I just want to let you know, like when I first was talking to him, I made the same assumption Matt did. Like and then like I also like apologized. Like the same thing happened.
All right. Well, to each his own. All right, whatever. So what were we talking about before?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you just like got really sensitive, but like it's like funny that like you'll say that, but then like you'll think it's okay for Trump to make fun of a disabled reporter. You know what I mean?
When
Like
did that-
you'll still vote for him.
Okay, so again, the reason that I voted for Donald Trump though was because the reasons I stated before, and then also the fact. I mean, was it not a little weird? No matter what question Kamala Harris was asked, the answer was,
Dub,
"I grew up in
do
a."
you want to
mil-"
like actually answer like what I just said, or do you just want to?
What did you just say?
Yeah, like you just brought that up, but then like you still voted for Donald Trump even though he made fun of a disabled reporter.
Yeah, because that's not what I'm voting for. Like I'm. That's not.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You're fucking weird, bro.
I'm.
Like what?
That's. There are more
Where's the
important
sunglasses?
things than what someone
There's
says.
more
so I'm just
important
saying
things.
it's just
There's more
decency.
important things than making fun of disabled reporters. There's more important things than being held civilly
It's-
liable of sexually abusing a woman. There's more important things than being a convicted and sentenced felon. There's more serious things than literally saying you did a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. There's more serious things than him bragging about grabbing women by the vagina and walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls in Miss Teen USA because he quote unquote owns the place.
Yeah, so every one of those examples you just said is like totally blown out of proportion by the media.
How is it blown out of proportion? He bragged about it, and you could hear him bragging about it.
Yes, I saw the clip that you're referring to on CBS News. Okay, go back. Like it's all fucking rhetoric.
Rhetoric? Do you want to hear it?
Wait,
Should
have
we
you
play
ever,
it?
Dub, have you ever in your life said to a 10-year-old, I'll be dating you in 10 years?
I have not. No.
Do you think
Do you think
normal
it's ju-
people say that?
If they did this to your daughter, would you be okay with it?
No. Okay. Look,
What about your sister, your younger sister?
I mean, you don't have to go through all of the family names, like or
No.
the family.
So like obviously, then why would you do it if it was someone else's daughter or sister?
Okay, so my point though is I like whatever he has said is like I'm voting on policy, not really statements made by somebody, you know, like
Wait, so
that's the
if someone said a completely misogynistic thing or something deeply racist, like on the face, like no one disagrees, like it was awful, right?
Appreciate the galaxy.
You
Thank
would
you so much.
just
Appreciate Shayla.
you would just like totally like not pay attention to that. You would say, I'm voting on policy, not on
No,
rhetoric.
that's not at all what I said.
You just said that you vote on policy, not on rhetoric, right? That's what I heard, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay,
I vote on policy more than rhetoric. That's what I'm
more
saying.
than rhetoric. But okay, but is there ever a time when rhetoric would
Wait, can
be
you
more
name me a
important than
Trump?
policy?
Yeah, answer that and
Go
then I'll
ahead.
ask you a question.
Is there ever a time when rhetoric is more important than policy?
Is there? I mean, I'm sure there is, absolutely. But what I think is more important than rhetoric as well is action. You know, like, I mean, I've been hearing these things about like Donald Trump is super homophobic. He's a racist. Blah blah blah.
He is a racist.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a racist.
Lily,
Just
give me the
racist, not
$5.
homophobic.
Well, I think that we could demonstrate that he's done things that we would consider homophobic. Yeah.
Okay, but okay. To be fair, I do believe that everybody in their life, whether they know it or not, has done something that could be homophobic. Like, whether you intended to or not, like you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't like. I'm not going
Does that
to
justify him doing
Well,
this?
I think I could
doing
say
what?
personally, I think I could say that Donald Trump has said homophobic things. He may not be internally homophobic, but what I do know he is personally, and I think this is burnout. What he definitely is transphobic. I think
Okay.
that in both action and rhetoric, I think is
We can reference all of
shown.
those. Yeah, like he has the infinity stones of bigotry.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Like, okay, yeah. I mean,
Stacy, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much. And Jordan, thank you so much for the $40. Thank you so much. I really
Jordan.
appreciate that. Thank you so much for verbatim quoting someone equals blowing things out of proportion.
Yeah, I know.
what?
Yeah, I
Nothing,
quoted
don't worry
him.
about it.
I quoted him verbatim, and you were like, "It's blowing him out of proportion." Madeline, thank you so much for the $2.50 from me and my boyfriend. Say hi. We love you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dub, what were you saying? Appreciate the team victory. Appreciate the crystal crown. Thank you so much, Grant. Thank you. I appreciate the crystal crown. Chat, I need to shave. Tomorrow I'm gonna shave. Go ahead, Dub.
Looked up as an L. Bring a real mag. Damn. I kind of forgot what we were talking about again.
Parker, ask your standard question. Name a policy of Trump's that you like.
Yeah.
Well, his border policy for one, absolutely. I think that's necessary. Go ahead.
Nothing. Okay. His border policy. What aspect of his border policy?
Well, I believe that
like all of it, any of it.
I mean, I think the most important thing is that we need to know who is in our country, and where they are in the country.
I have a question. So you wouldn't want like criminals in the country, right?
I mean, every country has criminals. What does that mean?
You don't want criminals in the country, though, right?
Like, I mean, I don't want criminals anywhere. Like,
do you want them in the Oval Office, though?
Parker, so the thing about his conviction, what?
No, go ahead.
His conviction was like a bunch of leftist lawmakers in New York City.
Did the Supreme Court just look over it?
Did the Supreme Court look over it?
Wait, Matt. They just looked over, right?
The appeals court just upheld it, and then the Supreme Court said that they wouldn't stop his punishment.
Yeah, like
there is no. I'm sorry. I did not think that there was a punishment to be.
He got sentenced today.
Yeah. He was sentenced
right,
today.
but there's no punishment. Like, I mean,
I know. I mean, normally, I think personally he would have been punished with something had he not been
president
elected. So the judge only gave no punishment because he's going to be president, but he was officially sentenced as a felon.
So the thing that gets me there,
I wish they would have put his Oval Office in prison. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Put his Oval Office.
Like the desk in there and everything.
Yeah, like seriously, like actually, like I actually genuinely want America to realize that they literally voted in a convicted felon who was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. And I think that would get them to realize it, is that if his Oval Office was literally in a fucking prison cell.
I mean, I'm sure there will be memes, but
Yeah, there should be. There should be. Actually, I'm not trolling. Like, there should be totally memes about that because it's an actual joke that we voted in a convicted and sentenced felon who was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, who's been held civilly liable for fraud.
Hey,
yes,
Parker,
civilly liable, not
check your Cash App for somebody named Taylor. Okay, now go ahead, Dub.
so civilly liable. That's where you're getting me, and that's where we're kind of having the issue.
Wait, Taylor, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you so much, Taylor. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then Rosalind, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. They said sick at home with the flu. Thank you for making MAGA look absolutely stupid for my entertainment. I really appreciate it, Rosalind. Thank you so much. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much for the $50. I really appreciate it. And Glenn, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much for putting up for the with the uneducated. You're the best. I really appreciate that, Glenn. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Dub, why is being civilly liable not seen as like a bad thing? Because I think if you met somebody who was found civilly liable of grape, or found civilly liable of murder, or found civilly liable of theft, would you trust that person in any capacity? Like, I don't think I would give my wallet to somebody.
The thing is, they would be criminally charged for those actions.
No, not necessarily, because if it's well, for murder, yes, but like, let's say, wait, hold on, was OJ, was he did he actually unalive those two people?
Okay, so criminally, no, he did not.
Criminally, well, no, I'm asking you.
It was proven that he did not. Like, that is the thing.
Well, actually, it wasn't. I mean, most people fully agree that case was a.
But in the eyes of the United States of America law, he was not.
Yes, officially, he is not an unaliver. But I think everybody agrees that was a mishandling of justice.
Well, okay, that's the thing. They are entitled to that opinion.
Well, I mean, the jury said so. Like, afterwards, they asked the jury why they did that, and they gave the reason. They said, well, it was payback for. I mean, I'm not going back into the whole situation, but it's clear that like he got off, but he was found civilly liable of the unaliving. So my question is, if that's true, do you believe that OJ is just like not like an unaliver? I think all the evidence points to him being an unaliver, personally.
Okay, so. Yeah, no, all right. Personally, I do believe he. Yes, I do believe he did it.
Rosalind, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much, Rosalind.
Dub, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry that you're sick, but thank you, Rosalind.
How do you believe the civil case that holds OJ responsible, but not Trump?
Thank you so much.
Wait, what?
Yeah, why do you believe one civil court case but not the other one?
So yeah, it's not that I don't believe it, but I've heard other people say like. These New York laws that Trump is claiming, or that people claim to, the laws that people are claiming Trump broke, I've heard a lot of people say that, these are like not actual, like everyone
Dub,
does
I
this.
fully agree with you. Dub, I agree with you that this case was
No. Matt, we need to clarify. We were talking about the civil liability case. We're not talking about.
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
We're not talking about the case specifically about the felonies. We're talking specifically about the civil liability case.
Yes. Are you talking about the felony case or about the civil liability case?
I mean, I'm all of it generically, I guess.
Well, no, they're very separate things. I was commenting on the felony case, which we could talk about, but right now we're talking about the civil liability case.
No, I'm talking about like the 30-some charges that he has in New York.
That's the felony.
Okay, that's
case.
the felony case.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, my personal opinion is that on legally that was a dubious case. However, there is a theory to be made, and the jury believed that theory. Therefore, he is a felon.
But I don't want to go into this conversation because we were talking about OJ versus Trump.
That's what I thought. But
they're both
yeah.
Sale. Thank you so much for the galaxies. Thank you so much the galaxy. I really appreciate. Thank you so much.
And also, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Parker. I really am. Glenn, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Okay, sorry, Parker.
Do you guys like have to say thank you, or is it like?
Yes.
It's a courteous thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So they're both civil liability cases, right? So why do you accept one but not the other one?
So, I mean, that's all based on evidence, just like the OJ case.
Yes, they were both civil liability cases. So why do you accept the civil liability case when it comes to holding OJ responsible, but not when it comes to holding Trump responsible?
Based on evidence.
What evidence do you dispute in the Eugene Carroll case?
What evidence? Oh, okay. So the fact that she could not remember anything except for the fact that she was wearing a Donna Karan dress that wasn't even in circulation yet.
She remembered all of those things, and it was in circulation at the time. You just lied. Do you want to
I
bet?
don't
How
know.
much money
Okay,
do you want to
I'm
put on
sorry,
that?
I did what?
Do you want to put money on that?
I mean, I don't want to put money on it, but if there is
Yeah.
some education that I could
Yeah,
receive, that'd be
seriously,
great.
if you just look it up, it's seriously.
By
Look
the
up
way,
the Donna
I
Karan
just
dress
wanna
that she was
say, too.
specifically wearing was made well before. It was made in like the 80s.
Yeah, and I just want to say too. Do you really think that E. Jean Carroll and
Mhm.
her lawyers would put forward a dress with DNA on it, and if that dress was like made like 10 years after or something? Do you really think that they would be that stupid legally to do that? I mean, just think about it. Because if that was the case, it would be so easy to prove. Like it would be easy to prove, and yet that was like not brought up in the case. So, like, yeah, I mean, you got bamboozled there. And
Well,
thank you, and
So I mean,
Andriana, I think for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I
And
saw.
Stacey, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you.
So I mean, what I'm basing this off of, I saw the transcript read that Catherine Hahn did. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was like of the Eugene Carroll.
Eugene.
But what did I say?
I thought you said Eugene.
I thought you said Eugene, but
Sorry,
it's
no,
Eugene.
Eugene. Yeah, E period Gene. Yeah, no, I saw her like reading of that, and that's what I'm kind of basing what I'm saying off of. And then I went and looked up this whole Donna Karan dress thing, and that's where I'm like,
Did you see the source where you got the information from? Not Han. I mean
it
the
was
source
not
where
Fox
it was
News.
talking about the dress. Where?
I said it was not Fox News.
Okay, that's fine. But it could have been like misinformation, right? I mean, did you like?
It could. I mean, I guess it could have been.
Was it like AP, Reuters, CNN, Fox News, or was it like OAN or something?
I do not remember, but I'm actually looking this up right now.
For sure. Everyone tap that screen, fill the bar up a few times by tapping the screen. We have 5.8 thousand people in here. We'll easily be able to get up to 1 million likes very quickly if people start doing that. If you want to support Matter, I have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio. Andreana, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Right. Yeah. Dub, do you have a policy you like of Trump's?
A policy?
Yeah.
I mean, several.
Can you name one?
Let's see.
Deanna, thank you so much for the $1.
One policy that I like. I mean, I don't know. Give me a topic.
What do you mean?
Like border policy or like I don't know. I'm not.
No. We asked you, do you have a policy of Trump that you like? You said yes, several. Name one, and we'll talk about it.
Well, I mean, we've already said the border policy, but I don't.
No, tell me a specific policy name that you like.
I mean,
Russell, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. I hear you looking it up.
I am looking it up.
Bruh.
I mean,
I've got several that I have to look up.
That was a good impression. No, I'm making sure that I don't say something that I'm gonna regret on live TikTok. I mean,
well, what didn't you regret that? That was kind of embarrassing. You could have just made something up. Right?
That would be more embarrassing, in my opinion.
You think so?
If I made something up, yes.
So, like, you just made up the fact that you had several policies. So that was really embarrassing, right?
I do have several but I mean, I'm gonna go read them verbatim before I say that I like something, and then.
They were so good that you forgot what they were.
Yeah, incredible policies, tremendously good.
So you're saying the fact that I don't have his policies memorized?
Any policy?
No,
name.
just like anything. I mean, like, just like anything. Was there like? I mean,
what? I mean, okay, so I guess we can go into inflation or
Thank you, Deanna, for the $1. Thank you so much.
Debt. Okay, so inflation. Trump will cause more inflation with tariffs. Debt. Trump signed off more debt-related spending and is projected more debt-related spending from the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget.
So here's the thing: why is Donald Trump going to cause more inflation with tariffs?
Tariffs. Universal tariffs. He wants tariffs fully universal on Canada, on Mexico. He wants them on China. right?
And
Those
for
would cause inflation.
what products exactly?
You said
All of
all.
them. But by the
Okay,
way,
we'll just say China. All Chinese products.
All Canada's
the majority of our
products.
products are
I know.
are
I'm
from
just gonna
China.
single out China for a second, like, because I mean we get a lot of oil from Canada, you know, like, but we have a lot of
And
Chinese
lumber.
right. So, but we have like a lot of Chinese products in the United States. Imagine, imagine, imagine our GDP if we were to make these products
go down.
domestically.
It would
Yeah,
go down.
it would go
It
down.
would actually
Yeah.
go down.
By the
With
way,
tariffs, it would go
Wait,
down.
what would go down?
The GDP.
The
How so?
GDP.
Yeah, that's what the economists indicate. Economists indicate that GDP will go down if there's an implementation of tariffs. The likely economic reasoning is because it reduces the likelihood that you're going to be able to engage in trading things from a low value usage to a high value usage. So if you have a limit in that, particularly a restriction in that, the likelihood is that it's going to lead to a lower level of GDP.
And by the way, if you want a contemporaneous example of the inflation that is likely to happen, the Federal Reserve this month decided not to cut the interest rate because they are anticipating Trump's plans will cause more inflation. So they're not cutting the already high interest rate because they are trying to cool down inflation, and they're already seeing that possibly Trump's plans, if enacted, would cause more inflation. That's a direct contemporaneous policy example.
So
and
why
Lacey,
did
thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Lacey.
So why did inflation raise or get so high under Joe Biden? Because I mean, it was.
Say that one more time. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It was pretty low during his term, and then once COVID hit and Joe Biden took over, and then here we are with inflation.
You just answered your own question.
High.
Why did inflation get so high? COVID.
Yeah,
the
literally affected
effects
supply
of COVID.
chains globally. There was Africa, Asia, South America, Central America, Europe. Everywhere around the world experienced this level of inflation.
Thank
right?
you,
If
Pete,
not
for the
more.
$10. Thank you so much, Pete. I really appreciate you. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Okay, so right, but then COVID was over what, 3 or 4, debatably 3 or 4 years
So
ago.
any economist, which I am not, but like Parker knows a lot more than I do on this subject, would tell you that typically these things are take time to actually go into effect, meaning that the lasting effects of COVID typically come months, maybe even years after. So we saw all the inflation come a little bit later because once we recovered, then all of the bad stuff then caught up to us.
Like what?
Like it lagged, basically. Like it lagged.
Bad stuff like what though?
The supply chain issues, the a loss of supply, I mean, all of those things played into the fact that
hit us
was
head
worldwide.
on when the pandemic started. Supply chain was
it was
messed.
happening during the pandemic, but the effect that it had was lagged, so that once we came out of it, it still caused, because once people started going back to work, once people started buying things again, all of those supply chain issues, all of the lack of supply, all of the people who were out of the job market, all those things then got to us. That's why it jumped once we started to recover.
Okay. That sounds like a little different philosophy than what I've.
Parker, what I say is that not basic economics? What I
Basic
said?
econ.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Damn, these comments are relentless.
Welcome to social media.
Yeah. Damn. Wait. Sorry. I just have to out this or highlight this one. It says Dub has a picture with his girlfriend / wife while having a following list. Just want y'all to know that's Katie Sigmund, not whatever. But
that's not your girlfriend.
That is not. No. But do y'all not know who Katie Sigmund is?
Nope.
No.
Oh, she's.
Did I?
I mean, she's famous on social media. That's why.
What?
So not your girlfriend. Do you have a significant other?
I do not.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No. That's just okay. Now I'm seeing that. That's my bad. I should probably change that. No, I kind of.
Also, you have Christian.
The cross, yes.
You'll get more women.
I am a Christian. Yeah.
Yeah. So wait. So Christian. Okay. Interesting.
No,
have a
yeah.
co-
Ask what's up.
Yeah, so why'd you vote for a guy held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman if you're a Christian?
Held what? Say that again.
Held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman.
Again, it's the civilly liable part of it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
why?
understand, but you think that OJ is guilty, even though in a
we had that
criminal court
convo.
he was not guilty, and in a civil court he was held
Yeah,
liable.
that's my thing. I want to know why he wasn't charged
Because
criminally.
of statute of limitations.
Yeah, Trump was not.
In New York, it was only 5 years.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
What's 5 years?
The statute of limitations for grape. Meaning that you have to, you know what that is? The
I mean, I know what a statute of limitations
okay,
is.
okay.
Oh,
okay,
you're saying that
Cheyenne, thank you so much for the $2.
She didn't what?
Go ahead, Dub.
You have to
report it within the 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that gets me about E. Jean Carroll though is, have you seen the list of how many men she's accused?
2, including Trump.
Okay, so see here we are getting information from 2 different places because.
Wait, by the way, can a woman be raped by more than one man?
Yeah.
We just had a case of a French woman who was raped by over 70 men over a 10-year period, and we just had a case where men had a private chat. 70,000 men where they were talking about how to grape women. You think it's outlandish that like women are raped by more than one man? Like, I'm sorry, but like men need to start questioning this. Like when we have daily incidents of women like men being found guilty of this shit, and then also private messages between 70,000 men talking about how to do it.
That's insane. That's actually insane.
Like,
Kat, thank
I mean,
you for the $5.
come on,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Like,
and they were talking. What I heard predominantly in English, right? It's just.
I know that's
what
I mean.
I firmly believe you said 70,000.
70,000 men.
I firmly believe that those 70,000 men should be rounded up and castrated, and then.
Well, that's fine, but it still doesn't get past the point that I don't care if she accused 50 men, because we have cases where that's happened. So, like, what's your
wait?
point?
Wait. If you think they should be, then why wouldn't you want to do that to Trump?
So, okay, so here's the thing though. It's like, all right, here I want to put. Yeah, I mean, yes, if that happened, absolutely, yes. Here's the thing though. You put yourself.
Trump, you want to do that to Trump? Snip.
Sure. Yes. If he in fact raped somebody, absolutely. But here's the thing. Imagine you are put into a scenario, and then someone you don't know says, Parker raped.
He knew her. He knew her very well.
Yeah. Then why didn't he give up? Why didn't he give up his DNA?
Multiple events.
Why didn't he give up his DNA?
Why didn't he, or why did he?
Why didn't he?
Why didn't he? Did not.
Was he obligated to?
No, he was not legally obligated to.
Legally,
but it would have showed that he showed specifically that he wasn't at the scene of the crime, right? If it showed not to be his DNA, I would show that it's not my DNA. I would give up my DNA.
Yeah, because like, if Trump, and I'll say this here, if Trump gave his DNA and that DNA was not his, I would be like, yeah, okay, you know what? You have a pretty good case now, right? But that didn't happen.
Yeah. If it showed to be a different person's DNA, that would make more sense.
Yeah,
right?
because that was one of his main arguments.
From his perspective, it would have shown that he wasn't at the scene of the crime, but he didn't give up his DNA, so that indicates likely he did do this.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. I'm not gonna jump to the fact that he didn't give his DNA. He's automatically guilty. Like, I mean, you have to remember.
We didn't say that either, by the way.
I mean,
Jordan, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's totally true. Kat, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Russell, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Morgan, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We said that. Oh, I'm sorry.
They said, will you ask why he thinks it's okay to post a video with a motion mocking disabled people? Did you do that, Dub?
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Did I?
Check. Did you Did you like repost a video of like somebody mocking someone who's disabled?
I don't repost on here. Wait.
So if you didn't do that, they might be talking about Trump, like why you voted for Trump.
Patricia, thank you for the $3. Patricia says, please look at the Korean nth room case added evidence to 2 cases you talked about. Oh, okay. Thank you. I will definitely do that. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. Do you think it's okay to mock people who have disabilities?
No, why?
Then why'd you
Well,
vote
I mean,
Trump?
if you, yeah, I mean that, and also if you're like reposting that kind of shit.
I'm not. Wait a minute. Hold on. Me posting?
No, I don't care if you posted, reposted. It doesn't matter. Like if you.
Yeah. No. Okay. Wait. Sorry. I didn't. I misspoke on the reposting.
Oh, okay.
thing.
Yep. I'm looking at it. Is this you?
That is not me. Oh,
Okay,
is it
well,
my video? Yes.
yeah, it's you. It says we run this town from March 30th, 2023.
Yeah.
So that's you, and it looks like you're marking somebody, does it not?
That's not. No. 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 That is me in the video. Is not. That is not me in the video.
Did you repost that? Oh yeah, it was a repost. So you saw it and you liked it enough to like repost it.
From what I remember, I don't really even. I don't remember that, but it might have just been like the tiniest. excuse me, the tiniest clip of something. So it's something I could have overlooked. But yeah, I can. You said
People in the
March.
chat saying that it
20
is your video, so I don't know. I don't really care. Like it's weird. I'm sorry, it's weird. This is why. This is why, by the way, I get so many comments telling people why they don't like come onto TikTok and stuff because they're so afraid because of people like that. We would have so many people within this community, but they're afraid because they have like a disability.